Hey guys, it's Bryce. Today we're going to cover 5 myths that stop veterans from buying homes. We're going to start with myth number 1 for veterans that are buying homes. Number 1 is you can only use a VA loan once. That is incorrect. You can use it multiple times. Now I'm going to go in depth on this, that whenever you use a VA home loan, there's a percentage of your VA benefits that you get to use. Those benefits cap out on loan limits. Okay, not to confuse you here, but let's just say loan limits is around $850,000. Okay, if you buy one house at $400,000 and you buy another house at $450,000, we can hold 2 VA loans at the same time. There is a cap when you own more than one home. But using your VA benefits, you can use it many times as you would like, as long as you don't own a home. So every time you buy a home with VA, for example, and you sell that home, you can go buy any other home you want because there's no limit on that. So that is a complete myth that you cannot use your VA benefits more than once. So don't waste them, use them because they're reusable. Okay, that's myth 1. Myth 2, VA loans take forever to close. Completely false. Everyone is held up on this. VA loans can close as little as 10, 14, 20 days. The issue that a lot of clients run into or agents run into is appraisals. Well, now the system with VA actually lists their appraisal times on the VA portal and system so you can actually decide when closing is. They are no different than a normal loan, besides they have a VA portal to do an appraisal. Complete myth thinking you need 40 days, 50 days, 30 days to close a VA loan. So don't let that myth hold you back from buying a house. Myth 3, VA appraisals are impossible to pass. That is completely not correct. VA appraisals are actually there to help you as a veteran. What they do is they don't want you to get a home that is not set right for you and your family. So they're not going to let you get a house with broken windows and mold and foundation issues. It's not that VA appraisals are impossible to pass. They just don't want you as a veteran to get into something that's not meant for you and your family. Even if you understand what you're doing, they don't want you to get into that. So just make sure whenever you're thinking that they're impossible to pass or people say that they're problems or issues, there's not. They just want your house to be a house that matches and works for your family to be safe. It's a safe and healthy issues mostly, and that's all that's required. So that's a myth if you ever hear that VA appraisals are an issue, because they're not. Myth 4, sellers don't like VA buyers. Now, I will cover this in a certain aspect that I think a lot of real estate agents think, because of that appraisal, that we don't want the VA buyers. I do believe times are changing and agents are getting more educated, and I hope the realtors keep getting more educated that VA loans are absolutely amazing as long as the house is not falling apart. So do not let them think, because I hear these stories from clients all the time saying, well, the seller doesn't want to accept VA because it takes long to close. Myth. Or their appraisal issues. Myth. And that's not true. We can close fast. We don't have problems as long as the house is safe for the family. Broken windows, of course not. We're going to have problems. You're going to have problems with most loans when you have broken windows, foundation issues, roofing issues. So don't let that myth hit you to not buy, thinking that clients do not want to accept a VA deal. And to be honest, if we're educated correctly and agents are correcting people correctly, we should want to accept the VA offer more than we would any other offer to serve the ones that served us. Myth 5, final myth we're going to cover today. The fifth myth that we're going to cover is credit score. You think you need perfect credit to qualify for a VA loan. Not correct. VA goes down to 500. Now, lenders have a hard time with that, but I have closed multiple files with 550, 570, 545 credit scores. It's called a manual underwrite. So if we have lower credit or issues, we can create, because the VA is so helpful and they want to help the ones who served, they help us create compensating factors. If we can come up with compensating factors to help the veteran prove job steadiness, reserves in their account, VA residual income, that's compensating factors that we can use to make sure that you qualify for those lower credit scores. So if you have a 550 and you think you can't buy as a veteran, you need to reach out to me, because there's a chance you can. If you have a 700, that's great. Your rate's going to be a little bit better and it's going to be a little smoother. We don't need compensating factors. So don't let that myth get you. That is absolutely incorrect. You do not need perfect credit. Even if you do have bad credit, reach out. We love to help veterans and get your credit score up. All right, the 5 myths have been covered today. Veterans, if you have any more questions or concerns about buying a home with you and your family on a VA loan, please reach out today. I'm here for it. I hope these conversations that we just had about home buying makes it easy for you and your family to go buy a home. Please subscribe and like below and write any questions or comments you have, and I will be replying back to you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.